Hello, my name is Dave Wiggin, and this is the Home Depot analysis. So, a quick overview of Home Depot. It was founded in 1978 by Arthur Blank and Bernie Marcus. They wanted to change the home improvement industry, so they opened up their first store in Atlanta, Georgia, and it had about 25,000 products, which was more than the average hardware store at the time. And today, it's the world's largest home improvement store with 2,300 stores in the US, Canada, and Mexico. And the main strategic issue that I found with Home Depot is their lack of international presence. Currently, they are only located in North America. They had Chinese locations, but that only lasted for 6 years. So in this presentation, I'm going to find out what is their solution towards this problem. So, industry overview. Home Depot's in the home improvement industry, and they were one of the few industries to see actual success during COVID-19. It's a $538 billion industry and is expected to be at $620 billion by 2025. Some of the major trends, key Google terms like home improvement, kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, doubled in 2020. The DIY, do-it-yourself model to DIFM, do-it-for-me, is starting to switch. So that means people who usually want to do do-it-yourself projects are now switching over to do-it-for-me, which is hiring professional contractors. And 50% of U.S. houses were built before 1980, so they're going to need remodeled or modernized. So that's going to be a lot of sales and money coming towards the home improvement stores and professional contractors. Some of Home Depot's main competitors are Lowe's and Ace Hardware. Lowe's is the second largest store in the industry. It has similar numbers to Home Depot, as in store numbers, employees. It owns 12% of the market share, which is most likely to go up with their Canadian expansion. Home Depot is at 17%. Ace Hardware, they are in 70 different countries. They have 5,300 locations all across the world, and they are third in revenues with $6.1 billion. The five forces, the one that exerts the most pressure is threat of substitutions, mainly due to low switching costs and high availability of substitutes. Emerging contenders in the market is Walmart and Amazon. Amazon specifically, with their online presence, they're starting to gather more products for the home improvement industry. So, how does Home Depot relieve this pressure? Recently, they've done a digital transformation. They've revamped their online services in their app. And luckily, they did this just in time for COVID, as their sales online went up tremendously. Looking at the internal environment of Home Depot, I'm going to start out with their culture. Their mission statement says, provide the highest level of service, the broadest selection of products, and the most competitive prices. Part of Home Depot's culture is the inverted pyramid, which is we live by the simple premise by our founders, put customers and associates first, and the rest will take care of itself. So that means they're going to prioritize the customers and the associates, so the hourly workers first, and the CEO ranks last in the ranking in this pyramid. And like I said, their culture is top tier. Forbes magazine ranked them the best employer for 2021, and 90% of leaders started out as hourly workers. Some of the financial numbers, their goal for 2022 was to increase sales growth by 4.5%, and hit $115 billion in sales and have a return on investment capital of 36.4%. And the actual results when their annual report came out was 19.85% sales growth and $132 billion in sales with an ROIC of 48%. And sales have gone up since 2017. And like I mentioned, their digital sales went up tremendously. And for the 2020, their sales went up by 86%. SWOT analysis of Home Depot. Their main strength is their wide variety of products, and they also have exclusive products as well. For example, Milwaukee tools can only be purchased at Home Depot. Lowe's lost that contract to them in 2008. They had a dispute with Lowe's saying Lowe's owed them money, and they never renewed the contract after that. One of their weaknesses is their international presence. An opportunity for them, however, is foreign expansion. And a threat is the lumber prices. Prices have begun to deflate over the past 2 years. Lumber does account for 18% of Home Depot's revenue, which is a large chunk. And during the pandemic, there was a lumber shortage as well. So if you wanted lumber, you might have seen a shortage at the stores with some empty shelves. It was very hard to get. The core competency of Home Depot, again, wide variety of products using the VRIO framework. Value, it brings in all potential buyers. So you'll get like the regular buyers or the brand new buyers coming into your stores looking for products. But if someone needs something specific as well, they're going to come to Home Depot due to the wide variety. Rarity, again, exclusive products like Milwaukee. It is costly to imitate. Home Depot is a big store. It has 105,000 square feet, so it can hold lots of inventory. And other stores are going to need to make their stores a lot bigger if they want to keep up with the inventory, which is going to cost them money. And it's organized as well. Home Depot has a great supply chain, so they can constantly keep products in their store and restock them fast. Their strategy is a broad differentiation combined with cost leadership. With broad differentiation, they offer a variety of services like Home Depot Pro, which is dedicated. They have dedicated support, exclusive deals, and delivery options for customers. A lot of the contractors use this because it helps them save money, which leads to the cost leadership strategy. A perfect example of this was in their slogan, "More saving, more doing." It tells exactly what it says. You're going to save money while shopping at Home Depot. Their diversification strategy is related diversification. So that means, like, for example, let's say a pizza shop only makes pizzas. If they want to expand their menu, they add calzones. So they add a similar product related to their main idea. Home Depot does this with their home and garden section. It adds a little bit of variety to their hardware selection. And you can acquire companies as well to add to this diversification. So Home Depot did this with HD Supply, which was a maintenance, repair, and operation business. And it's a safer strategy than unrelated diversification. A consequence of that is it can lead to a deflated stock price due to unrelated products or businesses. Foreign markets. Home Depot enters foreign markets by acquiring companies. In Canada, they bought Aikenhead stores, and in Mexico, they bought Total Home. They have success at establishing Home Depots in foreign markets. However, they have a difficult time at gaining competitive advantages. mainly in Mexico due to the unstable market. They had associates there threatening to go on strike, and which caused negative press. Their organizational structure, its functional structure, groups of employees into distinct functional areas based on domain expertise. They report to the CEO. So those domains include like VP of supply chain, sales, HR, and others. Home Depot also has regional presidents. So there's one for the northern region, western region, southern region, and one for Mexico and Canada. Now, pro of this, it allows for specialization. If you're in the sales area, you won't have to worry about doing any work in the supply chain area. Social responsibility. They are building a more diverse, equitable, inclusive organization within our enterprise in the communities we are proud to serve. They have data to back up that claims. For new hires, 35% were women and 53% were ethnically diverse. They have donated over $375 million to veterans, $50 million to communities, and $6 million to natural disaster relief. Their emissions drop for the year was this equivalent to removing 27,000 cars off the road, and they're aiming to be 100% renewable energy by 2030. So a conclusion to this whole thing is why it failed. Why does Home Depot fail at expanding into different territories? For example, Home Depot failed in China. Main reason why they missed their target customer. Here in America, it's men. However, in China, it's women. Women are in charge of the home styling there, and they are turned off by the manly aesthetic. Home Depot didn't study the Chinese culture. American culture and Chinese culture are very different in many different ways, and the Chinese are not fans of the do-it-yourself method. And Home Depot tried to use their American business model in China, and it didn't work. So, what are some solutions to this problem? Home Depot can study the culture they're trying to enter in. IKEA has had success in China, even though they are a do-it-yourself model. They were able to display finished products instead of raw materials. IKEA has shown the Chinese like to see the finished product displayed, so they know what they're getting, even though they're going to have to build it themselves. They don't like the appeal of just, buying tools or just the raw materials for their projects. Home Depot can enter into Western nations. Culturally, there are some similarities with North America. For example, Western Europe, Ace Hardware is in Western Europe. Home Depot can take some moves out of Ace Hardware because they've seen to have some success there. And so some of the trends here in America are the same in Europe as well. So Home Depot should tailor their marketing to foreign customers, understand their wants and needs. And that is everything. Thanks for listening.